Hello and what's up YouTube, Boomshaka back, coming to you live with another piece of Pokemon headgear. Alright, today we're going to do another video deck tech for Pokemon TCG. This one is going to be a PlasmaGiratina. If you're not sure which Giratina I'm talking about, it is this one here, the one from Plasma Storm. This Giratina is very, very cool. 130 HP for basic, non-EX is pretty good. The first attack is what makes this card insane. For one Psychic and double Colorless, it deals 50 damage plus another 50 damage if the defending Pokemon has any special condition on. Not necessarily the greatest against Virizion, but still it allows for pretty insane attacks. Alright, and then we have Deoxys EX, the backbone of the deck. Deoxys allows for Giratina to hit hard and fast by giving it an additional 10 attack bonus for every Deoxys on the bench. And then for techs, we have Tornadus EX, not the blow-through, which I'm sure a lot of people are going to be confused about this, but this Tornadus is very, very good because one energy gives you a one-sided end for 6. That's pretty solid. Even the second attack, Jet Blast, is not the worst. Sure, the base 60 is pretty lackluster, but you get a couple of plasma energies on this thing. It can do up to 180 damage just having 4 plasma energies on it. So it's rough to get it set up, but hey, it's a late game attacker if you need something that needs to beat without having to have a special condition. And then final techs, we got Keldeo EX for rush and retreat, and with a float stone obviously. And then we have Mr. Mime to dodge bench sniping. Dusknoir makes Mr. Mime a little sad, but that's okay. Alright, other techs in the deck, we have plasma cards. The Virbank City Gym is not a plasma card, but it makes Hypnotoxic Laser as insane as it is. Sorry, can't keep that straight there. Alright, and then you have the support of Shadow Triad as a one-up to get back, a Hypnotoxic Laser, or a Plasma Energy, Colress Machine, or any of their plasma pokes that might get knocked out. Alright, now, the purpose of this deck, you don't really prefer to go first or second. First is best, just to get the best possible setup. But basically, you want to start with a Giratina active because this guy's nuts, or you want to start with a Keldeo active and have access to a float stone. But the point of the deck is to get an energy on this guy, either a basic Psychic or a Prism Energy. And then Colress Machine a couple times to get this guy set up, hit it with a Silver Bangle, place Virbank City Gym, and then a Hypnotoxic Laser, and bam, you got a non-EX attacker that can do up to 210 damage with a full bench of Deoxys. Not always happens, but you can consistently hit 170, which is most EXs in the format. Alright, Tornadus EX. This guy's in here for when your deck's just not treating you right. For one energy, you can keep shuffling your hand back in and drawing more cards until you get a good setup. And it's got 180 HP, which makes it difficult to take out. Good typing. Thundurus likes to beat up on this guy, but for the most part, he's got pretty good typing. And then again, Jet Blast for a double Colorless, 2 Colress Machines, that's 120 damage. And if you throw a Laser Bank and a couple Deoxys on that, that's another 50 damage, 170. So, again, not too hard to get set up. Alright, so basically, the deck just wants to play Giratina, put some energy on it, get your opponent affected with poison, and then start attacking with Hex for a ton of damage. Obviously, the deck's biggest weakness is Virizion Genesect because the Grass Energy just shuts down this. Basically shuts down its attack, in which case you would try to put another Psychic Energy on it and just start Shadow Clawing, because even without Hex, if you got a Giratina with a couple Deoxys on bench and then a Silver Bangle, it's still doing 140 damage to 160 damage, depending on how many Deoxys you have in play, which is nothing to laugh at for a non-EX. And Virizion is not consistently strong as an attacker, dealing only 50 damage. So Giratina is going to beat Virizion every time in a 1-for-1 attacking situation. Keldeo, interestingly enough, with the Prism Energies, can actually attack for 110 if you get enough Prism Energy on it, because they provide water, of course. But yeah, you just use cards such as Team Plasma Balls to get Deoxys out on the bench, Silver Bangles for added damage against the EXs, Super Rod to recycle your Giratinas or Psychic Energies, Colress Machines, obviously, to get acceleration. And then you got your typical supporter line. You got Inns, Junipers, Skylas, a couple Bianca, and one Shadow Triad. You got a Colress in here. The supporter line could be a little tighter, but I mean, I'm kind of short on resources right now. I've had a whole lot of cash to buy more cards recently. Mainly looking for Colresses. If anybody's got an extra supply of Colresses, I would be willing to trade for that. I do have a trade page up on PokeBeach and PokeGym.net. My username is IT2Zorark. Alright, but as far as the deck goes, it's pretty easy to get down. You just set up an attack, just like any other big basic deck, except for it's not totally big basics. But that's going to go ahead and do it for this video. The full deck list will be in the description. If you have any comments, concerns, suggestions, just let me know. Like, favorite, subscribe, comment, any of that stuff would be appreciated. And I guess until next time, I'll see you.